Ladies and gentlemen, boys, girls, moms, dads, and ninjas. The end of October has come and gone. The weather, it's getting warmer. Birds are chirping in the trees, magpies are swooping. The first weekend of November is upon us, and you know what that means. After a long year of grueling qualifiers all around the hemisphere, it is time. The best of the best have assembled here in WA at the Ninja Academy in Osborne Park. Welcome to the 5th Annual Ninja Challenge League Finals 2019.
First and foremost, we'd like to give a shout out to our sponsor, Aussie Grip, making some of the best grips in the world. We're lucky to have them on board. You're going to hear more about them soon. You're all going to love it.
We are your hosts, Smith and Sandover, aka Rob and Raw, coming at you live from the commentary box today. Boy, have we got a big day in store for you. 105 competitors, Rob, the first time an NCL event has ever broken the 100 barrier.
Making history today.
First and foremost, the Ninja Challenge League acknowledges and pays respects to the Whadjuk people of the Noongar Nation, who are the traditional custodians of the land on which we are located. We extend that respect to all Aboriginal and Torres Strait Island nationers across Australia and pay respect to elders past, present, and emerging.
Before we begin today, we'd like to take a minute's silence, please, to recognise and remember past NCL competitor Paul Lyons. Ladies and gentlemen, please, a minute's silence. So now, ladies, gentlemen, boys, girls, and ninjas, we're going to take a look at the Stage 1 course coming up.
Stage 1 this year being a speed run. You have 2 minutes to move through it. Rob's going to take you through the course.
All right, first up, we've got our competitors. They're going to have to take a run through the quadruple steps, typically 1 foot at a time before making it straight into the spider walk. Now, 2-minute time frame, they're going to have to be quick through the spider walk before they're making onto a brand new obstacle here at Ninja Academy, the jungle ropes. Should be able to get here through pretty quick, I think, Raw. Next up, we're going to have the ring toss.
India Henry making it look easy on the video.
Making it look really smooth before we get to a brand new obstacle we like to call the magnet walk. As we can see, there's a lot of precision here that is needed to get under here.
I think it's going to be a bogey obstacle, Rob.
It is. It's going to throw some competitors. Next up, we've got the flying squirrel to star. Now, some of the shorter competitors might be thinking that this is going to be a bit of a challenge before making it through to the devil steps to the unstable bridge. Now, this is going to be pretty taxing on the forearms, noting that there is a 2-minute time frame before getting up the small warp wall. They've got to get all the way to the top to smack down that buzzer.
It's an interesting Stage 1. There's no obstacle you think is really going to push people, but I think it's going to be the time limit here. 2 minutes to get through.
2 minutes.
Super tight.
Yeah.
No time to sit down and rest in between obstacles. You're just going to have to keep moving.
Some people are going to find it tough, but I think, Rory, I'd be safe to say that there are going to be some people here today that are going to be able to crack that 60-second mark without a sweat.
Let's have a look at our run order for our first 10 competitors up today.
Well, we got some big names in the first 10 straight away. Ben Stewart as number 2nd, Mathew Hutchins-Read. One name that rings a bell is Fred Dorrington, last man standing, Australian Ninja Warrior. He's surely one to watch today. We've got Georgia Smith coming in, number 8, 25 years old, 5'6".
One of the tallest female finalists.
Yeah, and Matt Mosca, he's a young 21-year-old. He should fly through the course.
Rainer Scheu, we have a filmmaker going through, 24 years old. One of the tallest competitors at the finals. Qualified at the Queensland competitor and was on season 3 of Australian Ninja Warrior. It's a stacked field today, Rob, really stacked.
Got some strong people coming in.
Not just from around Australia, but around the world.
Adam Baker, 34-year-old plumber. 6'1", he's got some height advantage on these guys.
Simon Martin, a farmer, you know he's going to be fit. Farmer strength, we've heard all about it. Leonard Hermewin, absolute legend. We're glad to have him flying across here today. Andrew McDonald coming in at number 36, our only competitor from Tasmania, a local legend there. Donnie Byrne. Bryson Klein, you may know him from the show. He's done very, very well. We're excited to have him here today. Alex Bigg, I'm expecting big things.
Oh, fan favourite, Olivia Viven coming in at 53 with partner Ben Polson at 60. And Daniel Mason, the barefoot ninja. Hopefully he's brought his shoes today.
Cameron De Silva, one of the strongest guys in WA, coming up at 61. Ashlyn Herbert and our very own Rob Sandover from the commentary box taking on the course. At 64th, that's going to be super exciting.
Mark Ravi, I hope he's got his Warhammers here today. Celeste Dixon, 73. She'll surely be one to watch in this speed course in stage 1, as well as Dave Ravi.
Getting into the business end of things. Dave Ferraloro, Foxy, one of the strongest guys in the state, a musician, plays locally here in his band, Sons of Fred. Absolute weapon. Mike Giovano, qualified through WA season at Ninja Academy, nicknamed Mr. Smooth.
Mr. Smooth, we like to call him.
Enjoys his acro yoga.
Jake Baker, bartender. I'm sure he'll mix things up on the course today. And we got the finals coming in at the 101, 102, 3 and 4. Gav Wilson.
These guys are animals, make no mistake, absolute animals. Matt Redho, our winner from last year. I have never seen such grip strength as he demonstrated.
60 seconds for sure.
Matt Ball's local speed demon. Zach Stoll's our top qualifier of this year. The first interstate competitor to be the logo of any NCL final. Hit 3 buzzers this season, 97% clear rate in the NCL. Impressive.
Well done, Zach.
We're not going to get to see him until much later in the day. First up, Mathew Hutchins-Read, paramedic student. He's 27 years old from Denistone, New South Wales. This is his NCL finals debut. He qualified at the New South Wales qualifier, number 3, at the Australian Warrior Fitness, and qualified on countbacks. It was the last qualifier of the year. He has never hit a buzzer, Rob.
But he will here today, surely.
I'm expecting big things. Mathew Hutchins-Read, good luck on the course. He's ready to go.
Here's a fun fact. The most common name at the finals is Matt, with 6 Matt competitors coming in for this year.
Kicking it off with a Matt. Yeah. Competitors have traveled almost 140,000 kilometers from around the world to be in Perth for the finals. Perth, of course, the most isolated city in the world by capital of any state.
I think Perth was actually voted number 3 in the best place to live in the world.
And here we go, kicking off the NCL finals. Mathew Hutchins-Read.
He's looking quite comfortable on the quadruple steps there, making his way onto the spider walk.
10 seconds down already. That clock is just going to keep on moving. cautious entry into the spider wall.
He's looking pretty comfortable there.
He is, but I feel he needs to get a bit of a move on here.
I'm sure he's going to be able to make up some time on the ropes and just slide straight through.
Onto the jungle rope.
Nice work, Mathew.
Opting for the strategy of skipping that first rope. Now competitors, there are some rules that competitors have to be very careful to leave the platform entirely before grabbing that rope. We're hoping not to see any shock disqualifications, but...
Now we're 50 seconds in. We really got to make a move on here to get through this ring toss. He's looking strong.
2 at a time.
Looking really strong. We're 1 minute in now. Really has to take his time, get through the balance.
Onto the magnet walk. This is the first time we've seen an obstacle like this using magnets, Rob, at any NCL final.
I don't think anyone would have attempted this before. And he's going through the window approach.
Ooh.
He can still recover it as long as it...
Unfortunately,
unlucky.
if it hits the ground, you are disqualified. Mathew Hutchins-Read, phenomenal effort. Having not seen anyone take it on, there's a number of ways that you can get through this magnet thing. I think we're going to see quite a few different approaches today.
See, I'd like to think that that is the window technique. I think a lot of competitors are going to go for either putting it all the way up or all the way down the bottom.
Now, I was lucky enough to come down and have a play on that obstacle last night, and it is very subtle the way you have to touch it. If you push it even slightly too hard, one of those magnets comes flying straight off.
Well, you tested the whole of stage 1, Rory. How'd you find it?
None of the obstacles are incredibly tough, but as a whole, due to the time limit, it's really pushing. Up next, we have Ben Stewart. He's an engineer from South Australia.
41 years of age, moved from South Australia, from New South Wales last year. Qualified for the NCL finals 2018, but was unable to attend last minute, unfortunately.
So
he's
lucky to
making
have
his
him here
finals
today.
debut this year. So please give it up for Ben Stewart. Debut, everyone.
Ben Stewart. New South Wales. Here he goes, opting for the cautious approach.
He's looking comfortable. Straight onto the spider wall.
The spider wall is all about your footwear. Anyone who's tried it, you know, adequate footwear, it's a piece of cake. Inadequate footwear,
makes it a lot harder.
Incredibly difficult.
Now we're 30 seconds in. Really got to get onto this ring toss straight away.
Looking strong.
Nice work.
You got to be really careful. Unfortunately, that ring.
Unfortunately, if the ring does hit in the water, it is unfortunately a disqualification.
Ben Stewart coming out on the ring toss. He just couldn't get that ring on. Came back on the backswing and
unfortunately came unstuck.
Had to match hand to stay on there, and that meant he let go of the second ring. These obstacles are unforgiving. Ben Stewart, unfortunately our second competitor, eliminated here on the ring toss.
Still yet to see anyone on the flying squirrels, unfortunately.
Up next, Sam Dehmie, labourer. He's 30 years old, 5'9", qualified at the Queensland qualifier at Terrain Training. We're so stoked to have him across here in WA today, making his NCL finals debut. Ladies and gentlemen, Sam Dehmie.
Good luck, Sam. Now we're seeing someone get through to the balance. And I think they were sitting in about a minute. I think we've got to go for a bit more time here, don't we?
Yeah.
This is looking quick. This is looking quick. Nice work, Sam.
Sam taking off here.
And that's what you need. With a speed course like this, we need some pace on those steps.
He is flying. 15 seconds down, already through the first two obstacles.
Now, we're looking good for time here. Really just needs to get a move on with this rope.
Nice, Sam. Boy, this guy looks strong.
And straight onto the ring toss with 30 seconds in. I think we're looking good for time.
Let's go, Sam. Now, one thing I did notice on this ring toss last night, the rings, it's a little bit tricky to make them stay on. They do slide. It's not like the pegs, so you really got to be careful. Once they're on, you got to get them deep.
Come on, Sam. Yeah, you really need to put it straight into the corner of that peg. If it's not in the corner and it's not comfortable, then unfortunately you're going to come unstuck. You're going to come off.
And we're seeing
one more ring.
Competitors today are opting for that overarm technique as opposed to the underswing.
Now, you got to be careful. You can't rush the balance.
It's always a bogey obstacle. I mean, you can train your calves, train your ankles as much as you want, but balance is balance. And we see some of the strongest competitors every year come off on the balance obstacles. He's got 35 seconds left.
Yeah. We've got 30 seconds left on the clock here.
Let's go, Sam. Time is ticking. If he makes it through this, I don't know if he's going to have enough time. "15 seconds left.
Oh, he's
Come
going
on,
to
Sam.
window approach again. Hasn't even moved it. Nice work.
He's got Oh.
Unlucky, Sam. That was a really good effort.
We are really going to see time pushing competitors out today.
Wow.
Sam was not moving slowly through those first few obstacles and came off on the balance with only 7 seconds remaining to make it through. I think it shows you really can't afford to take any rest on this stage 1 course at all.
Well, I think it just goes to show they've put a speed course in place, and that's what it's for. You know, you can't afford to take these big breaks in between obstacles. You can't afford to take a 10, 15-second rest because at the end of the day, you just need to go through it.
Sam Dehmie, we are so stoked that you came across for this today. Thank you so much for joining us.
Up next, we've got Sonja Dominik, an absolute weapon, standing at 5'11". She's one of the tallest female finalists for the 2nd year in a row. She's a scientist, qualified in Victoria, completed on season 2 of Australian Ninja Warrior. So she's a bit of a veteran competitor. We're expecting big things.
The Science Ninja.
The Science Ninja.
She's going to be no stranger to the magnets then, Rob.
Best of luck, Sonja.
Sonja Dominik from Victoria. She competed at the NCL finals in 2018, where she fell on the 3rd obstacle, finishing 91st. We're hoping to see her go a lot further today. Let's go, Sonja. Moving at a reasonable pace through these first 2 obstacles. Looks like she's having a bit of trouble with her shoe gripping on the wall there. Come on, Sonja. Come on.
Come on, you're nearly there.
You can do it.
You're nearly there. You've got it. You've got it. You've got it. Come on.
Come on, Sonja.
Push through.
Yes.
Oh, fantastic work. That's what we like to see.
Oh.
Oh, smooth all the way through that rope. I like it. The jungle ropes, it's a new obstacle here at Ninja Academy. Even the locals haven't seen this one before. It's really all about that movement, isn't it, Rory?
Do you know what? It's a lot of fun, actually. Jump onto that 2nd rope and just take off with a
Come on,
burst of
Sonja.
pace.
You're nearly there. You're so close. Come on.
Now, anyone who's ever been in unfortunately, Sonja has come down on the rope jungle. Anyone who's ever been in that dead hang style situation knows it's pretty tricky to build up a swing from a dead hang, especially when the obstacle that you're attached to swings itself. It kind of negates the swing that you generate. Very tricky situation. We've seen the first few competitors really try to jump their way through that almost, jumping and throwing, as opposed to building up a swing. Unfortunately, Sonja got stuck there just a little way from the ring and couldn't hold on.
I feel like the metal on metal should slide pretty easy. I mean, you've tested the obstacle, Rory. How'd you find it?
It does slide relatively easily, but you got to give it a wham. Once it gets going, it gets going. But when it's stopped, there's no. You need to build that initial friction first before momentum. It starts moving. Yeah. Up next, Rainer Scheu, filmmaker, 24 years old, 6'2", one of the 5 tallest competitors at the finals. That reach is going to come in a lot of handy. And get this, a former ballet dancer, also a 1st-degree black belt in Taekwondo. Amazing.
He's one to watch.
Strong-looking guy. Look at him. He's making it rain on the course here. Rainer.
Let's make it rain all the way up to that buzzer.
Qualified at the Queensland qualifier. Nickname, the Rain Man. Let's go, Rainer. You're up.
Nice.
Moving through.
Missed a few seconds on that starter buzzer. Really need to listen to that. He's flying through, though. He's made up for it already. He's only 10 seconds in, and he's already made it to the ropes.
Now, ballet dancer, we know one thing about those guys. They have strong feet, strong ankles. I think if anyone's going to be able to nail a balance obstacle, it's a ballet dancer. Oh, absolutely.
And that's how you do it. You use your momentum to get through. Pull on the last rope. Now, I think he's going to go for the double.
Reach coming in handy here. Rainer moving so quickly through, double ring at a time.
Look at that. Right. Nice and smooth. He's going well for time. He's 40 seconds in.
Our first finisher.
He's 40 seconds in.
You made some big calls last year. Is Rainer going to make it rain on that buzzer?
I mean, he's a ballet dancer. He's going to get through the balance.
Competitors so far. Rainer looking like he's going to
go all the way down and step over it. Now, you'd think when the magnets are together as well, they'd be slightly more stronger, so there'd be more stability there as well.
Look at that.
I think this is an approach to take.
He's got plenty of time if he can just stick this. Let's go, Rainer. Come on.
Nice, Rainer.
Yes.
All right, we've got 45 seconds on the clock. We really need to just go for it.
45 seconds. Let's go, Rainer.
Come on, Rainer.
40 seconds to go.
We could see our first finish here. The obstacles aren't an issue. It's the time.
He stuck the star. We're going to see our first finisher here, Rob. 30 seconds left on the clock.
Let's go. Come on, Rainer. Up the devil stairs. Up the devil stairs. Let's go.
Oh, he is strong. This guy, super strong. The black belt in Taekwondo. Want to see him kick down that buzzer.
We need that unstable bridge. There's 15 seconds left. Come on, Rainer. Come on, Rainer. Get up there. All the way to the top. Nice.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have our first finisher
for the 2019 Ninja Challenge League.
The Rain Man, Rainer.
In his finals debut, nonetheless.
Filmmaker from Queensland absolutely flew through the course, showing it can be done. You just can't afford to take any seconds to rest. They'll turn it on. Rainer getting swamped by the crowd. Very impressive. So now we've seen two different strategies going through that balance obstacle. You could put them below you, you could make a window, you could go over them.
I tell you what, Rory, I mean, I'm up probably halfway through the day, and I think that's the technique to use.
You're going to go over?
I think you've got to go over. You're either putting them all the way up or you're either putting them all the way down.
I had a planner last night. I felt like going over was probably the best way to move through. But I think we're going to see some creative approaches today. You always do. Really creative ways through. Up next, we have a veteran of the Ninja Warrior scene, Fred Dorrington, gym worker.
Ninja Warrior UK, where he finished as high as third, only to make it the furthest fastest on season 1 of Australian Ninja Warrior.
This guy builds rock climbing gyms for a living.
Far
so
out.
If anyone's going to have grip strength, Fred Dorrington's going to have it. Furthest fastest, season 1.
You're on, Fred, you're on. Go, Fred, go.
We just had a discrepancy here with the timing buzzer. Ladies and gentlemen, Fred Dorrington. Here he goes. Taking off. He tested for the finals in 2017, made his debut at the finals as a competitor last year, and now we're so stoked to have him back here today. This guy is a rocket.
I'm surprised he's wearing the shirt that doesn't say just Fred, which he's normally wearing and repping. I tell you what, he's absolutely flying through. Straight onto the ring toss, 30 seconds in.
Anyone who's ever trained with Fred knows how strong this guy's grip is. And on the topic of grip, I'd love to give a shout out to our sponsor. You can see their sign there, Aussie Grip, making some of the highest quality grips in Australia and the world, you would have to say.
Needs all his concentration here.
Fred making excellent time through that ring toss. The crowd going quiet. A lot of concentration needed for these really subtle obstacles. He's going for the window approach, Rob. Fred just careful not to catch that back leg.
And I tell you what, he makes it look
through.
easy.
Fred
All right,
Dorrington.
Freddie, we want to see a finish now. We've got 45 seconds left on the clock.
Big catch on that star. Easy.
Easy. I tell you
Fred
what, that star,
making it look
he
easy.
seems in particularly close. A lot of people are getting their head right up to it. Let's go, Fred. We've got 30 seconds on the clock right now. We're going to see a good time from you. Just need to get up that wall.
And pending any kind of upset here, I think we're going to see our second finisher of the day, Fred Dorrington.
It looks like it. Come on, Fred.
Yes.
Let's go.
Fred
Get
Dorrington
up that wall.
moving up the small wall all the way to the top. He's hit the buzzer.
Well done, Freddie.
Fred Dorrington.
Second competitor to get up the wall today. Fast time with 15 seconds left on the clock.
Splendid effort. Furthest fastest on season 1 of Australian Ninja Warrior. We think he's going to go really far this weekend. Just Fred.
Blitzed the course, went straight through it, not even breaking a sweat.
We need something harder. We need to push this guy. I think stage 2 and 3
I think
are
stage
going to be
2
more
is gonna get
testing.
him.
We're seeing some of our veteran ninjas show this 2-minute time frame. It can be done. You just can't afford to take a moment to rest. Even the best in Australia are finishing with less than 20 seconds on the clock. Fred Dorrington, gym worker from Queensland, making light work of our stage 1 course today. Congratulations, Fred.
Up net, we've got 21-year-old Matt Mosca. He's an audio-visual industry. He's completed 2 NCL events before, making his NCL final debut this year. 21 years of age. Best of luck, Matt.
He has yet to hit a buzzer despite competing at 2 NCL events this year. We're really hoping we're going to see a buzzer hit here today from Matt Mosca. Save it for the day, eh, Rob?
Save it for the day. Well, the boys are making it look the course pretty easy, to be honest.
Sorry, we'd like to correct this. Unfortunately, Matt Mosca, unable to be with us today. He's woken up sick. We have to skip Matt, unfortunately. Maybe we'll see him hit that buzzer next year. Up next, we have Georgia Smith, 25 years old, self-employed from Queensland, making her NCL finals debut. Ladies and gentlemen, Georgia Smith. And she has absolutely taken off.
She's blitzed that.
One
5
of the fastest
seconds. I
we've
think
seen
that's the
through there.
fastest at the moment.
Yeah. Georgia setting an absolute pace here.
She knows she's got that 2-minute time frame. She's really going for it.
It's a good mix on stage 1 of leg and arm-based obstacles. You can afford to take it quickly because as your legs are resting, using your arms and vice versa. Oh, she is absolutely flying here. Let's go, Georgia.
Nice work. Straight up onto the ring toss. 30 seconds in. We're looking
Setting
at a pretty good time here.
Good pace here for finishing. Wouldn't it be great to see Georgia hit that buzzer? Here we go, taking it 2 at a time.
2 at a time, wow.
Georgia, the absolute weapon.
Well, we saw the demonstrator, Indy. She was doing the same thing, wasn't she? She was taking the 2 approach.
Georgia looking so strong here on the rings. And she's through. We're through the balance.
We've just got 1 minute left on the clock. We really need to get through here.
If she makes it through the balance in a timely manner, you'd have to think she's got more than enough time to finish, but she needs to get going here. 50 seconds left on the clock. Let's go, Georgia. Oh, unfortunately. Georgia has come off on the magnet walk.
I think it's really important with that balance. You've got to really keep your feet straight.
Oh, yeah.
The moment the feet went sideways, you go sideways, I think.
Now, it's interesting. Having a play with it last night, you can use those a little bit to take just some of your weight, but only the tiniest amount. As soon as you put more than 5-6 kilograms worth of weight onto those supporting beams, the magnets on the other side pop off. It's super finicky, it's very precise. Georgia Smith coming off on the balance obstacle. Phenomenal effort. She was putting up such a good pace. It was so good to have her here today.
We had a good time for that.
Hope to have her back next year. Thank you, Georgia Smith.
And up next, we've got Edward Beneke. He's one of... Oh, up next, sorry, we've got Judith Carroll, 5'7", one of the 5 tallest female finalists. 23 years old, had to be granted exemption from university exams to travel to Perth. Wow,
How
what
good
an
is
effort.
that?
Well done. Let's give it up for Judith, everyone.
NCL finals, of course, far more important than any university degree. Taking off like
Flying
a rocket.
through there.
It's good to see a competitor smiling before they run. Judith does not look nervous at all.
She looks very comfortable.
Looks like she's having fun out there.
Only 20 seconds into the course. We're seeing a really good time here as well.
Oh, lovely work. Smash that second rope
Straight onto the
one
ring
pull.
toss. No need to chalk up. And I think that's the trick, Rory. If you're chalking up, you're wasting 5, even 10 seconds, which
That's
you just
it,
can't
Rob.
waste.
None of
This
these
is a
obstacles
seriously
are
fast time.
particularly
1 minute
taxing.
20.
Wow.
I think this is going to be the fastest of the balance so far.
That was perfect.
That was textbook.
Absolute perfection.
Now, which technique are we going to choose here?
Let's go, Judith. She's going for the
Yeah,
step
look,
over.
that's my favourite technique, definitely.
Lovely work. Come on.
All
come
the way,
on.
all the way, all the way. Yes, good save. 1 minute left on the clock.
Judith Carroll flying through here today.
Come on, Judith.
Want to see her stick this lâché.
Yes.
Judith Carroll.
Come on, Judith. You missed your exams for this.
This could be our fastest finisher, Rob.
This is definitely going to be.
This is an absolute clinic. Judith Carroll.
She's
from
a machine.
New South Wales. NCL final debut, but making it look like she's a veteran of the course.
Piece of cake. Straight onto the unstable bridge. Come on, Judith. Finish it off strong.
This could be our fastest finisher.
Go for the fastest time. Let's
Judith
go.
Carroll.
All the way to the top. All the way to the top. Let's go. Hit the buzzer. We've just got our fastest time.
Judith Carroll from New South Wales. Rob, that was textbook perfection.
She just beat Fred Dorrington by 2 seconds.
The way,
Australian longest. Oh my God.
The way that Judith moved through the ring toss there, I've never seen anything like it. That was so perfect.
No wonder why she missed her university exam. She's an absolute weapon.
She is a beast, and she's here to show it. Judith Carroll means business. Looked like she was having fun out there. Far out. Judith Carroll, 23 years old, showing us
in the NCL final debut
how to get it done. Absolutely fantastic effort. And we have our third finisher. Up next, Edward Beneke, 19 years old, one of 3 teenagers at the finals, the youngest male competitor. And the first male finalist born in the year 2000. How cool is that? He's a big lad as well, 6 feet tall, uni student, qualified through the WA season after his training partner Meg Stevens rolled her ankle and he had to pass up her spot. He's never hit a buzzer, but I'm hoping we're going to see a buzzer hit here today. Making his NCL finals debut, ladies and gentlemen, Edward Beneke. Wow.
Oh, that was quick.
Oh boy.
Oh, he knows he's got to go for time. He's through. The cameras can't even keep up with
This
him. Look at
guy
that.
is flying. Let's go, Edward.
Geez, on the ring toss, 15 seconds in. We're good for time here.
Going for 2 rings. And unfortunately,
no.
you have to be so careful with those rings. You've really got to push them all the way to the back.
He was flying through as well.
If you have a look what happened here, as he came off, that ring was not all the way at the back, and that momentum as he comes forward just pushes it off. You have to be so careful with the rings there. You can bet the competitors from later in the day today are watching on and looking and going, okay, This is what not to do.
And that's one of the benefits of competing later in the day, because you know what to and what not to do.
That's what that seed order gives you.
And up next, we've got Braden Evans, laser cutter programming and operator. That sounds like one of the best jobs I've ever heard of.
Let's have a quick look at our first 10 competitors through. 3 finishes in the first 10. That's fantastic.
That's impressive.
I didn't think we were going to see so many, Rob.
I mean, we've had a really strong first set of 10, to be honest. Fred Dorrington's come out strong, but I think the MVP out of the top 10, I think we know who that one is, Rory.
Judith Carroll putting on a clinic. Minute 42. It's going to be hard to beat that.
It is going to be hard to beat. And that's what I love about the NCL, mate. You've got the male and female competitors competing alongside each other. And, you know, we've seen the fastest time, Judith Carroll. Fantastic.
Braden Evans, 27 years old, laser cutter programmer and operator, qualified at Victoria at the Fighting Lions gym, making his NCL finals debut. He's a big lad. Look at him. He's ready to go. Braden Evans. And Rob, it's interesting what we were saying about speed. I think the 2-minute time limit, you want to race through, but you don't want to move too quickly, because we see little mistakes happen, like what happened there on with the rings toss, with Edward.
But flying through, similar time, he's 20 seconds in, straight onto the ring toss. This is where you need to be 20 seconds in, to be honest. He's taking the double approach as well.
Braden, you can bet you saw what happened to Edward, and that ring all the way at the back, and it's staying on, and he's through
straight onto the balance
obstacle.
Unlucky Braden.
And another competitor eliminated on the balance obstacle.
I tell you what, it's tough. You see, as soon as the foot goes sideways, the balance is lost.
It is unforgiving. You can train balance, and we do see some of our low competitors here training balance, going back and forth on the bar, but there's only really so much you can do. There's a bit of luck involved in balance.
And up next, we've got Simon Martin, a farmer from South Australia. He's got a 93% course completion average. Tell you what, this one is one to watch. Making his NCL finals debut. Welcome, Simon. Best of luck.
Here's a fun fact for you. The first time he has ever been on a plane was to come here to the NCL finals. How good is that? Our pilot, Brad, in the audience, probably listening on. Happy to hear it.
And I tell you what, the whole family's together. The daughter and the son competing in the finals this weekend. How good?
Oh, amazing weekend for the Martins. We're so stoked to have you here. Simon, thank you so much for flying across. Average course completion, 93%. How good is that? 93%, age 39. That's a palindrome. Is he going to go for the full 100 today? Ladies and gentlemen, Simon Martin. This guy is strong.
I think this is the marker. If you can get to the ring toss, being 20 seconds in, you're in good shape.
Let's go, Simon.
Nice.
It's interesting, in previous years at this point, we've seen variations of pegboards. And now this year, it's a more speed-oriented stage one. Competitors smashing through, so we're going with a ring toss. He is on to the bogey obstacle.
It's worth taking your time on the magnet walk, though. I mean, you can make up for it with the other obstacles. You can go fast on the other obstacles, but you don't want to rush this one.
Let's go, Simon. He's opting for the step-over technique. Lovely work, Simon.
And he's going to... Oh, he's just made it through.
He's through. That was a real close call.
Your feet are allowed to touch the black. They're just not allowed to touch the water.
Very close.
40 seconds on the clock.
Simon clutched from the jaws of death.
Nice, Simon.
Given a second lease at NCL life here.
All right, we've got 30 seconds on the clock, Simon. Let's keep it up. Come on, keep the momentum.
I think we're potentially about to see...
Are you calling it early?
Our fourth finisher. This guy, I know he's strong enough. Here we go. Plenty of time left on the clock. Let's go, Simon
Let's
Martin.
go. Come on.
Come on, Simon. Yes. Straight up the wall. Whole Martin family here cheering him on. And he's hit it.
He's there with his family. He's absolutely crushed it. We knew he would. He's a farmer. They're super strong.
Farmer strength is renowned throughout the world. This guy throws hay bales around. He's a big dude. Simon Martin flew in, first plane ride ever to be here at the NCL finals.
Making his debut nonetheless, and with the finish.
Just fantastic. Oh, he's no stranger to hitting the buzzer. He's done it before, and now he's done it again. Simon Martin, congratulations. You're our 4th finisher today. You're going through the stage 2 tomorrow. How good was
so how
that?
many is that? That's our 4th. That's great.
I am so impressed with the quality of competitors
You really
this
got
year.
to go for time, don't you?
People emerging from all around the country.
Oh, he had so close on that balance, but he's made it.
Up next, Chantelle True, 34 years old. She's a therapist from Victoria, qualified through the Fighting Lions gym, making her NCL finals debut. Ladies and gentlemen, Chantelle True. I'd like to give a quick shout out to our sponsor, Aussie Grip. They've got a range of products you can check out: bowls, chucks, UFOs, soap bars, cones, cliff hangers, climbing holds. You're going to see a whole bunch of their stuff on stage 2 and 3. Chantelle True kicking off her run here on the quadruple steps, taking the cautious approach. You can see competitors from later in today looking on, looking for any bit of beta. That's going to give them an edge on the course
Tell you
today.
what, she's looking really smooth through the spider wall. Really controlled.
Slow and steady.
20 seconds in, straight on to the jungle ropes. Really need to pull that. Come on, Chantelle, you're nearly there.
Lovely.
Oh, perfect. All the way
Nails
through.
that second rope in one swing. Now, I think...
Now we're nearly down to a minute left. Really need to get through this ring toss now. And going the double, perfect technique on here. Nice and controlled.
That clock is ticking. And although she's making light work of these obstacles, I worry that Chantelle is going to need to get a move on here. She's only got 40 seconds left and 4 obstacles remaining, including the wart wall. Let's go, Chantelle. She's moving quickly here. Opting for the step over technique. You have to be so careful not to push, because the other magnet...
Come on, all the way, all the way.
Oh.
Ah, unlucky. Looking so nice and controlled.
She was looking great until our bogey obstacle there has
tell you
taken
what,
out another competitor.
The course would not be a problem if there wasn't a time limit, but when you're chasing for time, unfortunately, you make silly errors.
Yeah, and I worry 17 seconds left on the clock there. It's possible if she really flew, she may have just made it through those final 3, but I think there wasn't enough time left. A great effort from Chantelle nonetheless. So good to have her across here. Up next, Adam Baker, 6'1", plumber, 34 years old, qualified at the Queensland qualifier. He's yet to hit a buzzer, making his NCL finals debut. We're hoping to see a buzzer here today from Adam Baker.
Best of luck, Adam. Really flying through that spider wall, straight onto the ropes. See, this is great timing. 15 seconds onto the ring toss. It's what you need in a speed course. Got to be careful on this, getting the actual rings right through to the corner so they don't slip off.
Adam being very cautious to keep that back ring on. He's done well there. And plenty of time left.
Plenty of time. You can really, and that's the thing, if you get through the first 4 obstacles in a speedy time, you can really take your time on the balance and control yourself.
Easy. He's looking like he's...
Oh, no.
And that's it. As soon as you tip just a little bit, there's no way back on the balance obstacles. Worth noting, you cannot put your hand on the bar. It has to be legs only. Adam Baker.
Unfortunately, come undone.
5th or 6th now, coming off on the balance obstacle. We're seeing it be the real bogey obstacle that we thought it would be, claiming a lot of victims here at the NCL finals. Adam Baker coming off on the magnet walk. A great effort nonetheless. He was showing us how strong he was. It would have been great to see him on stage 2 and 3, hopefully next year. Thank you, Adam.
Tell you what, up next we've got Graham Draper. Very impressive course record with a 98% course completion. This one's one to watch, making his NCL's finals debut. Competed on Australian Ninja Warrior Season 2, so he knows what's going to happen down today. Best of luck, Graham.
Known as the Skate Ninja for his love of skating. And he's off. He's also one of the competitors who have built their own course in their backyard.
Oh, that looked a bit slippery, Rory.
Our local legend here, Dave Ferraloro, has done the same thing.
And Gav Wilson. And Chris Keswick.
And of course, we're so lucky to have a training facility like the Ninja Academy in Osborne Park here in WA. You'd have to say it is the best in the world.
Oh, most certainly. But I tell you what, let's get back onto Graham. He's completed on Season 2 of Australian Ninja Warriors, got his own backyard course. He's no stranger to obstacles, and you can tell because he's already onto the balance with 1:15 left on the clock.
Fantastic effort. Taking almost no rest here, moving straight on. Plenty of time left. Over a minute. Let's go, come on. Ooh. He's managed to save his balance there, just grabbing onto it.
That was a great save. You can, as you mentioned, you've tested the obstacle. You can take a little bit of weight on it.
Exactly what I did last night. You can take a little bit of weight on it, but as soon as you push any more than a tiny bit, you come off. And it's really the step over is the challenging part. But
he's done it with ease.
He's through.
And he's got 42 seconds left on the clock. I think we could see another one here.
Graham Draper, can he stick the star? He stuck it. It's a long lâché, but it's to a good hold. He's got plenty of time left, making his way through the devil steps. Let's go, Graham Draper. Want to see another finisher on our course here today.
Come on, Graham. We got 15 seconds on the clock. The thing is, you've got to get up the wall and you've got to hit the buzzer. But he's going to have plenty of time with 10 seconds left.
Graham Draper, carpenter from South Australia. Another finisher today, going through to stage 2 tomorrow. Finished with 11 seconds left of the clock. Look at that pace he's putting up, Rob.
With a 98% course completion, I don't think I ever had any doubt.
So good to have him here today. This guy is a weapon. So early in the seed order, we're seeing so many finishes. I think that 2-minute time limit is perfect. I think it's the perfect divider.
I think so, yeah. And to be honest, like I said, I think as we get to the end of the day, we're going to see people with 60 seconds left on the clock. I can imagine.
I'd love to see it.
I don't know
if it can be done. I don't know if it can be done, Rob. 60 seconds left on the clock. You're dreaming, mate.
We've got the Flashland. The Flashland's down in Perth. He's going to be competing this afternoon. Flashland Ashland.
Matt Bowles versus Flashland Ashland. That's a matchup made in Ninja heaven.
Even Remy. Anyway, up next, we've got Courtenay Brown. Making an NCL finals debut this year. Impressive track record. Qualified in Victoria at the Fighting Lions gym. Best of luck, Courtenay.
Her husband also qualified, but had to pass off his spot due to an injury in the bicep. Courtenay here representing the family. And she is strong, very strong.
Getting through the spider wall pretty comfortably, actually, Rory. And we'll be onto the jungle ropes in no time with only 20 seconds in. Pretty good time.
Courtenay Brown, here we go. I don't think we've seen a competitor yet use that first rope. Courtney's stuck in a bit of a dead hang situation. She needs to generate
Really need to pull it across.
a bit of momentum here to get that second rope. Everyone at home cheering her on. Come on, Courtney, you can reach it. Almost there, almost there. We're just seeing a lot of time burned out on this third obstacle today, Rob.
So close, so close. Nice.
Oh, she's just hit the mat. How many times have we seen it where you end up in a dead hang situation?
It's the toughest spot to be in.
It's so difficult.
Spot to be in.
Seen it happen so many times here at the finals. Courtenay Brown, unfortunately, going out on the third obstacle here, just got stuck in limbo on that rope and couldn't generate enough swing to reach it. And then when she did, just came down onto that mat.
And up next, we have a back-to-back shortest competitor from 2018 is back to take it on in 2019 as the shortest competitor again. Lisa Parks sitting at 5 foot flat.
Boom.
This is her second NCL finals. She's been an Australian Ninja Warrior. She's certainly one to compete. Great athlete. Let's see how she goes today. Best of luck, Lisa.
Get this, Lisa is the fitness director of Ninja Play in Byron Bay. How good is that job title, fitness director? I love that. She certainly looks fit. Here we go, Pocket Rocket Ninja. This is her second NCL finals. We're so stoked to have her back. The owner of Ninja Play Byron Bay, you can bet she has tried some of this style of obstacle before.
And you can tell because she's looking very comfortable.
Very comfy. Flying through, makes that transition.
Really need to attack that rope and bring it across.
Bam, and she's got it.
Got a little bit more momentum, perfect, straight through.
There we go, come on, Lisa. Really throwing that rope across. Fantastic strength there.
And onto the ring toss, nice work.
Come on, Lisa, yes.
Shortest competitor at 5 foot, Rory.
Let's go, Lisa, you can reach that.
There's got to be a disadvantage.
Nearly, nearly.
Nice,
she's
and
got
we're on.
Lisa Parks, I am worried here about that clock ticking away, Rob. We're going to need to see a big move on from Lisa here if she's going to have a shot at hitting that buzzer.
You can tell she owns her own gym. I mean, she looks really, really strong. I mean, the only thing that might be somewhat of a challenge is the time, although there is enough to still get that buzzer.
If she flies through that balance obstacle, I think she's going to make it. She's certainly strong enough. I think we just lost a little bit of time there on the ropes. 20 seconds left on the clock. Come on, Lisa. 20 seconds left. Lisa Parks. You'd have to say she's run out of time here, Rob.
Just wanted window straight through.
Just comes off.
Looking really strong out there, Lisa. Well done.
Came off on that balance obstacle. We are seeing it take out so many people here on stage one. It really is the bogey obstacle on stage one of the course.
I mean, we said it here yesterday when we were testing the course, the balance was going to be the tough one.
It's tough. Especially tough. Remember, these competitors, they haven't seen these obstacles before. They haven't had a chance to even touch them. As soon as you get on the course, that's the first time you see it. And these obstacles that require a bit of beta, a bit of forward thinking, like this magnet one, Lisa's short enough to just go straight through the window without having to move it. So many different ways you can approach it, but it's so hard to do it first time. Up next, we have Tony Karoussis, 6 feet tall. He's a strength coach, qualified in South Australia at base camp. He has hit a buzzer this season, competed in the WA season and the interstate season, making his NCL finals debut. Get this, Rob. He's a big anime fan, often seen with different colored hair.
I'll tell you what, I'm digging his hair at the moment. I think it looks really good.
Oh, yeah. Green hair today.
Tell you what, he's looking really strong through the spider wall, isn't he?
He's moving quick.
I'm going to call it early, Rory.
We're going to see a finisher?
I think we're going to see a finisher. He's looking strong.
From a strength coach, you would hope so. Base camp built.
He's no stranger to hitting an NCL buzzer. He's hit him in the previous season and this season. He can get through.
Shout out to our sponsor, Aussie Grip. Aussie Grip also offering this weekend only special order deal. Any order 2 or more holds will include a pair of free slings, limited to 1 per customer. No code required. You can talk to Aussie Grip. They're in the building today. We have Ninja Gym owners from around Australia. Come and have a chat to Aussie Grip, some of the best grips in the world.
Let's go, Tony. We got 1 minute left on the clock, Tony. You're looking really wood. Let's go.
Now, in terms of time, he's middle of the pack for the finishes, but he is on track to finish. If he can just stick the balance. And it is the obstacle to beat.
It's the balance.
This year. So many competitors coming off on the balance. And look at that. You can see his center of gravity just comes off.
The thing is, if you're early on in the balance like that, you can actually go back to the platform.
Yeah.
But, you got to remember that.
Got to keep your mind in the game.
And next up, we've got Adam Chadburn. He's a veteran of Australian Ninja Warrior. He's been known to compete in his budgie smugglers, but I can't see that he's wearing them today, unfortunately. He's hit an NCL buzzer this season. I've seen a lot of his training over the last 12 months. He's prepared for this moment. He's going to do really well out there. Best of luck, Adam.
He is a plasterer, and I want to see him plaster his hand all over that buzzer. Tell you what, Rob, if I'm looking that fit when I'm 37, I'll be pretty happy.
I'd be really happy.
This guy has 0% body fat. Look at that.
I feel like we're letting it go already.
Oh, he is
Waste no time.
Absolutely flying. Now, I saw Adam warming up before. This guy has serious mental game. Walking around the gym like he owned the place. He's a big lad.
Look, he has built his own little makeshift backyard at his place. I've seen it on his Instagram. He trains there all the time. He's very mentally prepared for this.
Got to be careful to push those rings all the way in. We don't want to see another ring falling off, but he's through safely with so much time left on the clock.
Look, you got to be comfortable with that. If you're getting to the balance 40 seconds in, you can spare all the time in the world to get through it properly.
Let's go, Adam. He's slow and steady into the balance. He has plenty of time. Over a minute remaining. He needs to be, he can afford to take his time here. 1 minute to go. I think he's trying to choose between his approach, and it looks like he's going for the step over. It's the slower technique, but he's got plenty of time to do it. You might say it's the safer technique, Rob.
But I tell you what, Rory, he did have the time to spend, but he is spending it.
Here we go, Adam, moving through. Nicely done.
All the way through.
Lovely
35
work.
seconds. Look,
lovely work.
He's strong and he's technical. 30 seconds on the clock. I don't think it's going to be any
So good.
issue to get through this final two
It
obstacles.
shows if you get through those first few obstacles quickly and cleanly, then you have the time for that balance one to do it correctly. Make no mistakes.
Yes, and we've got 15 seconds. This is not going to be an issue for Adam.
Adam Chadburn up that wall. Hand on the buzzer. He's done it.
Well
Ladies
done.
and gentlemen, Adam Chadburn qualified through the Byron qualifier. He's been here before. He cleared stage 1 last year. He's done it again this year. Adam Chadburn, monster on the course. Congratulations. We will see you on stage 2 tomorrow. Well done, Adam.
10 seconds left on the clock. I can see here, we've got a comment. Philip Scott doing the course in under a minute is doable, I think. Look,
Someone's called it. Someone's called it. Adam Chadburn.
He was looking comfortable out there the whole time.
Really so good. And a word of advice to our competitors coming up later today. If you fly through those first obstacles, you have time for that balance obstacle. You have time for it.
I think he spent 30 to 35 seconds on that obstacle.
And that's it. Stage 1, it's just about getting through in that time limit. You don't have to do anything fancy. There's no fancy obstacles in this. It's just about making it through within that time limit. You can have 1 second left on the clock and it's not going to matter, Rob. You just got to get through.
But up next, we've got Eddie Burrill making his NCL finals debut. 28-year-old barista from Queensland. Almost missed out on competing because he booked his flight over here and forgot to purchase a ticket. But I can tell you what, he's an absolute weapon. Best of luck, Eddie.
Eddie's got a one-way ticket to that buzzer. Flying through. 15 seconds, and he's already onto the second rope.
Like I said, if you're getting to the ring toss 20 seconds in, you're in a strong position.
Now, you know what's interesting, Rob, is we saw that first rope get added, which no one's used yet, on the basis that the shorter competitors here today would use it. But actually, we've seen the shorter competitors opt to skip it as well.
Well, Lisa, 5 foot, shortest competitor for 18 and 19, didn't even use the rope. So
it's going to make it harder, because if you use that first rope, you don't get that momentum you can get from jumping off the platform.
Oh, you've got to be careful here. I think this is the favourite technique of the day, putting it down right through the bottom.
He's a barista, and if we know one thing about baristas, they love their coffee. You can bet this guy is jacked up today.
Tell you what, that was a little bit sketchy on the balance, but he's got through and he's looking really strong.
Plenty of time. I'm calling it. We're going to see another finisher. I'm calling it now.
On his debut?
Absolutely. Eddie Burrill, one-way ticket to that buzzer.
He's flying up these devil stairs. Look at it.
What a beast.
Let's go, Eddie. 30 seconds left on the clock. We could see the fastest time.
The hipster ninja.
Let's go. 20 seconds on the clock. Come on.
Plenty of time remaining. Cruises up the wall. Another finisher down. Eddie Burrill, 28 years old.
NCL finals debut. I think that's the second fastest time of the day.
Wow. And you know, he actually looked like he was cruising. He looks like he was absolutely cruising. He looked so comfortable on that course. I'm super impressed. I think we're going to see big things from Eddie on stage 2 tomorrow.
But you know what? Judith Carroll still, I think, has taken out #1 spot of time.
How
for the
amazing
day.
is that?
That's fantastic. I bet she's stoked she missed her exams for this. Eddie Burrill, what a fantastic result. And let's take a look at the run-throughs of the previous 10. We've seen a very, very impressive finishes with Adam Chadburn, Eddie Burrill, Graham Draper, Simon Martin. I mean, really, really strong competitors out there. But still, we can't go past Judith Carroll, #1 time so far, but some really strong competitors out there in the previous 10. And shout out to our sponsors, Aussie Grip, doing a sensational job. They've decked out stage 2 and stage 3 of the course. They're going to be doing fantastic. They're one of the best, if not the best, globally grips that you can buy. And I tell you what, they do ship around Australia and globally.